Batisi TV, lawan Rashipi daka Frank Yamaha, the Maxi Sports Scooter Arox 155.
Kaseng Indian National Congress hakasisa jan jongka tayo kakadway terik urempang arjar pulai kala pelat Paidbah yaka Manifesto jongka hakaba menteri barim ke sorkar uhe jongka All India Congress Committee Jairam Ramesh ulayudan lang. Kaseng Congress kala saya katu katni teli kitong kibaka bu hakmat nakabenta balada kawan biang hakabor kan pentrikam. Kita gilong kajingkular ban penkala ya kejela kum ka 5-star Meghalaya. Ringkat ke jingkeno baka sorkar MDA ketika sorkar Money Development Alliance bat ulo ubadum ulawan bantap ikajalla. Jairam Ramesh ulaong baka jalla kedon kamban wengno ya usai tiak saikum jong kejing bamsap kejing du kam jong ikun samla kejing thot akurukom samboarding bat kejing kenrei jong drox kilong kipang kibaka jalla kangam jelop nakadaw jong kejing bamsap. Jairam Ramesh ulaong ru baka jalla ka shongs ear hakabay day bat ka 6 schedule namar baka sorkar preng katmu ban penkala daga bakata ya kajingit niam karukom long try bat ka dustur kariti lingba kaniga manifesto ka Seng Congress kalabu kasaut ligimat ya kiba lada kawan hakabor on pentip Paidbah halor kikam kiba kalale malausnam.
Meghalaya means the abode of the clouds, but today these clouds have taken on a different meaning. Today, the clouds are of not rain-bearing clouds, but these clouds are of corruption. These clouds are of unemployment, power cuts. These clouds are of a damage to the independent identity of the people of Meghalaya. And finally, these are the clouds of political puppetry, which I will explain to you a little later. In the last 5 years, we have had a government of the MDA, by the MDA, for the MDA. This is the Money Development Alliance. The alliance partners have taken a temporary divorce for the purpose of elections and are claiming to be fighting as independent parties. But let nobody be fooled. The NPP, the UDP and the BJP are all part and parcel of the same package. So the first fight that the Congress is fighting in this election is a fight against corruption. The extraordinary coal scam, the continuation of the inhuman practice of rat mining. I was the environment minister, and in many ways, I don't like to boast about what I did, but I am father of the NGT. I was the minister who piloted the NGT bill in Parliament and established the National Green Tribunal in April 2010. And it's extraordinary how the orders of the National Green Tribunal have been flouted in pursuit of private gains, private profits, in a most inhuman and degrading manner. Even COVID has not been spared. We have had huge corruption in this state as the COVID pandemic raged. So this election is for ridding Meghalaya of the virus of corruption. Second, I mentioned to you unemployment, power cuts, the extraordinary spread of the use of drugs amongst the youth of the state. Meghalaya is a state blessed with extraordinarily rich natural and human resources. But in the absence of productive jobs, in the absence of infrastructure, particularly power, youth will not be able to find avenues for fulfilling their full potential. So, the second point is that these are elections to fight against the unemployment that we see, the power cuts that have become part of daily life, and the growth of a drug culture. Thirdly, when Indira Gandhi moved the bill in Parliament to establish the independent state of Meghalaya, Meghalaya was given Schedule 6 status in the Indian Constitution. And for 50 years almost, 45 years, the Congress moved heaven and earth to respect the letter and spirit of Schedule 6 of the Constitution. Knowing the special needs of the people of Meghalaya, the tribal nature of Meghalaya, the religious and ethnic diversity of Meghalaya. But that is under threat today. The identity of Meghalaya, the ethnic identity, the religious identity, the social identity, the linguistic identity is all under threat because in the name of unity, the BJP and its allies propagate uniformity. It is only the Congress party that believes not just unity in diversity, but unity through diversity. If you strengthen diversity, you strengthen unity. If you weaken diversity, you weaken unity. The BJP wants uniformity. The Congress wants unity through diversity. And finally, the fourth cloud, political puppets. There is one puppet master. He sits in Delhi. And there are puppets in different states. Here there is one puppet called the NPP. There is another puppet called the UDP. And now there is a new third puppet that has come into Meghalaya politics. JMC, not TMC, JMC. Judas Mukul Party, JMC. Be under no illusion. These are all part of the BJP's game plan. NPP is BJP's A team here. UDP is BJP's B team here. TMC or JMP is BJP's C team here. And BJP is the D team here. Congress is fighting a 3-party or 4-party alliance led by the BJP. BJP may not have electoral presence, but it has other presence. And you know what I mean. In spite of demonetization, there is a lot of monetization that takes place, thanks to the BJP. So the Congress party is fighting these clouds, the cloud of corruption, the cloud of unemployment, the cloud of the destruction of Meghalaya's identity, and finally, the cloud of a unholy alliance, BJP, NPP, UDP, TMC, who are all claiming to fight independently now, but mark my words, at the first opportunity, they will jump into bed together. So for the Congress, this is a watershed election. And I will give you only 2 indicators of what a transformational election this is for the Congress. Never before in any state of India, and I venture to say this because I am familiar with national politics, 47 out of 60 candidates are below the age of 45. It's never happened before in any state. It's happened in Meghalaya. 47 out of 60 candidates are below the age of 45. This is bringing youth to the fore. One advantage of the Judasas leaving our party is that they create vacancies. And we have youngsters for the first time. And secondly, 10 out of 60 are women. No other political party in Meghalaya has given women such a heavy representation. This is a matriarchal society. This is a society in which women play a very important social and economic role and a cultural role. That is not reflected in its politics. But we are making a beginning. 10 out of 60, that is almost 17% of our candidates are women. No other political party can claim this. So it is a watershed election for the Congress party. Of course, we recognize that there are many people who have betrayed the Congress party in the last couple of years. Good riddance. Their commitment to the values of the Congress and its ideology obviously is not very strong. Obviously, ED, CBI, income tax has come knocking on their doors. The key issue in this election is, will Meghalaya's identity survive the way it has survived for so long? That is the key issue. Meghalaya is part of the Indian Union, is part of the Indian mainstream. Youth of Meghalaya are earning a name for themselves all over the country. But there is a unique and distinctive identity to the society of Meghalaya that only the Congress can protect. On the one side, you have a set of parties who will dictate what the identity of Meghalaya is from Nagpur or from Delhi. Or you will have another political party which will dictate what is good from Meghalaya from Kolkata. It is only the Congress party which will dictate from Shillong, from Meghalaya. Not only dictate, it will determine in this state. Now, we have released a manifesto. This manifesto has 14 big promises to be fulfilled over the next 5 years. Every year, we will present a report to the people of Meghalaya, giving a report card on the status of implementation. The first commitment being empowering women, 3,000 rupees per month to every single mother, BPL single mothers, and there are 41% of women in Meghalaya are single women. I mean, women who are separated or living singly. 41%. It's a large, very large number. Second, we have promised a job to every household. Third, we have promised a power cut-free Meghalaya. I mentioned that to you. Fourth, corruption-free Meghalaya. Most important, we will have a law against corruption. We will implement this law. We will have an ombudsman. We will have strong anti-corruption machinery. And whatever the orders passed by legal authorities, like the National Green Tribunal, will be implemented fully. And fifth, we have promised a drug-free Meghalaya. These 5 promises come out of these 14 promises contained in our manifesto. Mining is an economic activity which creates employment. Let's accept this reality. But mining has to be done in an environmentally responsible manner. Mining has to be done in a humanitarian manner. And mining has to be done according to the laws of the land. I have been Environment Minister, and before that, as Commerce Minister, I have spent considerable amounts of time in Doki, and all these places where coal mining takes place. I have seen initially the way coal mining was done. Later on, how it degenerated into rat hole mining. I can assure you that the Congress party will follow the laws which are there for environmentally responsible and humanitarian mining. A blanket ban on mining creates adverse consequences for employment. I, both as Environment Minister and as Minister for Power and Commerce and other ministers, I have always held this view that we must, whatever we do, whether it's mining, whether it is building, whether it is highways, whether it's roads, whether it's any infrastructure, we need infrastructure, we need jobs, but it cannot be at the cost of the environment. Meghalaya is an environmentally fragile area. We have to be extra careful in places like, you have seen what happened in Joshimath, in Uttarakhand. So we have to be extra careful in these states, hilly states particularly, and I can assure you that the Congress party will accord the highest priority to environmentally sound, environmentally sustainable economic development, which includes mining and other infrastructure projects. We are fighting for major parties who claim to be independent, but as I said, they have taken a temporary divorce. They will get together at the first opportunity. We are fighting to win on our own strength. I do not even contemplate what is going to happen when the results come out. We are confident that the people of Meghalaya will give a mandate to the Congress party. It's a tried and trusted party. It's an experienced party. It's a party that respects the sentiments of the people of Meghalaya. And it's a party for which decisions will not be taken in Kolkata or New Delhi or Nagpur, but decisions will be taken in Shillong by leaders of Meghalaya, in consultation, of course, with other people, because the Congress is also a national party. So I'm not even thinking of what is going to happen. We are fighting to win on our own strength. And I believe that the fact that 47 out of 60 candidates are below the age of 45, I believe that the fact that 10 out of 60 candidates are women, large number of our candidates are professionals, I think this will give confidence to the people of Meghalaya that this Congress means business. And this is not Judas's may come and Judas's may go, but the Congress will remain strong. Many people have written the obituary of the Congress in the last couple. It's become a favorite pastime, writing the obituary of the Congress. But the Congress has a remarkable capacity for surprising all obituary writers in our country.
We work very hard, but to include any language in the 8th schedule, lots of criteria are required. So it looks a lot of census, a lot of collection on the ground. So these has been done before, and we need to help the recommendations of the state, because you cannot just include a language without doing homework. So I think the homework has been done by the Khasi Autos Association, by the government of Meghalaya. I think on the inclusion of the Khasi language or Garo language in the 8th schedule, all of us in the same page, be it any other parties. A resolution has been passed in the floor of the House in Legislative Assembly when the Congress was in power. Same was limited back there. So I hope very soon that once the government will have taken all those criteria into consideration, I think we should have no problem on it.
But it does not mention anything in your manifesto.
Yeah, whatever the issues which we don't mention in the manifesto which lie with the subject of the central government. So I think we should not unnecessarily put more pages by give promises which we already done it before. We have committed before. So I think that's why we thought that all these we have done it before, we have committed, we have done it before, whatever possible from our side. So the commitment which you made should be only on the state subject, and in the central subject, all those which we have done, we'll stand with it and then we'll always fight.